Good evening. And tonight, I'd like to welcome you to our very first public domain killer kitchen. And since the liberals, the politicians, and all the lawyers, well, fake lawyers who have nothing better to do than persecute people for nothing, well, tonight, my friends, we are back with a vengeance. And tonight's revenge shall take place in the form of a bloody drink, a bloody meal, and just for those out there who are especially squeamish, may I introduce myself. I am your host, Vincent Victorian. Join us, if you dare, to tread through the wilderness of madness and right into the fiery flames of the gore found only in culinary disasters.
Miss, pardon me, miss. Could I please have a glass of Jack's beer, the beer with a real beer taste?
Oh, yeah, sure. Coming up.
I'm crazy about Jack's. You know, it's premium brewed from 100% natural ingredients.
Yeah, they call it Mellow Jacks.
Mellow, bright, clear, and light. That's why I love it.
Yeah, here you are.
Thanks a lot.
Say,
it's delicious.
You're a kangaroo, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, just wondered, because we don't get many kangaroos in here.
No, I imagine.
Didn't mean to stare at you or anything.
I love that, Jack's. You know, it's never heavy, never harsh.
Yeah, it's got real beer taste.
Yeah.
You, kangaroos, do you like beer? You drink a lot of beer?
Well, I can't speak for all kangaroos, but I know I'm crazy about Jack's.
You as an individual.
Yeah.
So it's funny, how do I know you're not a man in a kangaroo suit?
Well, you don't? How do I know that you're not a kangaroo in a girl suit?
You know, here in the kitchen, we seem to run into all kinds of problems. Several disasters a night. And I'll tell you, after a long night in a hot kitchen or over a hot grill, nothing tastes better than the smooth, all-natural flavors of Montego cigarettes. You see, when my granddaddy was young, he liked his Chesterfields. When my daddy was young, he liked his Camels. Me, I was always partial to Marlboro. And then I found Montego. Welcome back, my dear friends of the Culinary Macabre. Now, tonight, I'd like to show you guys a couple of drinks that I happen to be making the last few days. You see, Ham Pam just celebrated another birthday, or I guess you'd call it another death day after all these years. And so, we've got two special drinks in mind. Now, me myself, you guys know that I like mine just a little bit sweeter. That sweet taste of blood. Now, Cam Pam, well, Cam Pam, we had to drop the cannibal. She will eat some meat. She's always been partial to them vegetables and them plants. So with that in mind, we're going to make Cam Pam a Bloody Mary. Trading out vodka for Jose Cuervo Silver Especial. So we're going to add some green to her red. And because ours is just going to be bloody, we've got some... In fact, if you guys are wondering, these are those cutesy little fucking fake-ass ice cube things you freeze. They don't take up as much room as an ice tray, so. And it doesn't water down your drink. Kind of a double feature there. So we're gonna fill those up, 3 in each. First, the Bloody Mary. So we're gonna shake that up real good. Just like so. Now we're gonna take just a little bit of tequila. Halfway up, we mix some ice over the top. Now, top it off. Some tomato. You can also use this new shit the kids dig today, the Clamato stuff. It's not too bad. I've had it now a few times. First time I tried the Clamato, thought it was the nastiest fucking shit in the world. Then I learned how to doctor it up and play with it. It's not too bad. I give the creators a lot of credit. It's one way to give somebody a hell of a drink, let them believe they're having a fancy drink when in fact all they're having is a beer. So I can dig that. I can totally dig that. Now, to kill this off, we've got to add 2 things. First, want a couple of shakes of some pepper. Now you want to add some hot sauce. For this one, we're going to add just a little bit of a kick, and we're using some Tabasco. Right? Now, there you go. You fucking... Alright. These glasses are too small for a float. But that is our Bloody Mary. Set that aside for Cam Pam. Now, for my drink. Again, I like my stuff just a little bit more on the sweet side. So instead of vegetable, I figured I'd go total polar opposite. Why not add some fruit? And being as where I live in the world, I'd say fruit is the perfect representation. So we're going to start by shaking up. We got some Ocean Spray Cran Apple. Now, I haven't had Ocean Spray anything since the company first started. I just personally never saw the point in spending that kind of money on a fucking fruit juice when you go spend $1.50 a Jewel and get the exact same thing that actually tastes a lot better for half the fucking price. And as many of you watching the internet these days, God, I hate the internet. For many of you, you've been watching, I'm sure you've seen the shorts, I'm sure you've seen people and heard people talking. It is no secret that Joe Biden and the Democrats have done a hell of a job destroying the American economy. And where $3 used to be $3, well, when you spend $3 now, you feel like you just spent 15. So, same process. We're going to go halfway up with some tequila. Now, this time, before we add our juice, we're going to add some Jolly Rancher watermelon, that mixed shit you put in your water. Let's kick this bitch in. Mix it. You want to add just a little more tequila right on top of that. Just like that. Now, gonna add our cran apple. And for the final touch, get the fuck out of my way. God damn it. Fucking mayonnaise. Some maraschino cherries. So, I'm gonna grab a toothpick. Get that tomato juice off. We have just 2 cherries left. Now, we got enough juice here. We can do this. We're gonna slide this guy right into the fridge. And in the meantime, my friends, while we sit back and enjoy just a couple tastes of our drink, why don't you sit back and enjoy, for the first time, on the one and only Killer Kitchen Public Domain Access, Nosferatu, starring Maxwell Schreck. Maximilian Schreck is his authentic birth name. Born in Berlin, Germany, in, what was that? Drew a blank here for a second, goddammit. 1917. This film was originally released in Germany. It is the very first movie production of Bram Stoker's Dracula. Maximilian Schreck plays Count Orloff. Stick around and we'll see right here on our next break. For those of you sticking around, not watching the movie and enjoying Bitchin' Kitchen, let me only exaggerate this for you. See, here in the Killer Kitchen, or I guess in this case, Bitchin' Kitchen, well, fucking liberals have managed to piss me the fuck off. And these days, I'm just not a very nice guy. So in lieu of not being a very nice guy, I figure it like this. I got some shit that I'm gonna say, and I want people to fucking hear it. Now, some people may agree. Some people may disagree. Others may be ambivalent. But the one thing here with me is that I'm tired of placating people. I'm tired of pretending to be nice while inside I'm fucking raging because motherfuckers can't shut their stupid fucking mouth. They can't stop with their bullshit. They're in our fucking schools waving foreign flags. They're in our goddamn government waving flags of other nations while putting down our flag. Yeah, I got a fucking problem. I got a real fucking problem with this. You know something? And I'll tell you this too. I've said a lot of things and made a lot of sly comments about the Jewish people. But I'll tell you something. In all my years, in all my time around this planet, I've noticed one thing that nobody seems to want to fucking even acknowledge. It ain't the Jews that took out the Twin Towers. It ain't the Jews storming our colleges calling to behead people. It ain't the Jews walking into Bakersfield town hall meetings saying we're gonna come do this and that to you. I can't even repeat it because YouTube and the censors and the FBI corrupted by the Joe Biden administration that's run by the fucking goddamn squad. AOC, I'm pointing at you. Ilhan Omar, I'm pointing at you. Rashida Tlaib, I'm pointing at you. Yeah, I'm pointing at you. You motherfuckers are terrorists. You're destroying this country. And I know that's why you're here. That's why your family came here. That's why you're here. That's why you're in government. You're a fucking plague. And you were pinned into this government. You were pinned into this country by our enemies when American fucking leaders from the 60s, when they weren't leaders, got suckered into bullshit by terrorist fucking goddamn so-called professors. Yeah, they're professors. Professors are sucking my fucking dick. They're terrorists. And in the 60s, they were no different than they are today. Except on one case. In the 60s, they at least wanted peace. Nobody's calling for peace. Now they just want to break shit and torment people who have every right to go to school here, who worked hard, who deserve to go to school and be safe. And because of pussy-ass, left-wing, liberal motherfuckers. Yeah, fuck that. I'm calling. Fuck all of you. All you so-called, you're not even protesters. You're not protesters. You are domestic terrorists. And every goddamn last one of you should be given a one-way motherfucking ticket to fucking Syria and told that's it, you're not welcome back. If you come back, you're gonna spend the rest of your life in Gitmo. Yeah, that's fucking right. Oh, that's good. I don't care no more. I don't give a shit. I'm saying it like it is. Because everybody else out there's a fucking pussy. Nobody wants to fucking call out these terrorists for what they are. But again, it's not the Jews going to Bakersfield town hall meetings saying we're gonna cut your fucking head off. But I'll bet you can guess what group it is saying it. I got no apology. Normally this would be the point, oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to be offended. No, I do mean it as offensively as I can be. I've had it. Since 2001, you motherfuckers have been in this country disrupting things, destroying things, plotting against us, and now you're not even being secretive about it. You're being upfront, blunt, and honest. And what do we have to protect us? Some old fart pedophile that likes to sniff little girls and eat ice cream. Yeah, I feel so fucking protected. Or, oh, I don't know, more terrorists in our Congress defending the terrorists while destroying us from within and calling us out like we're the bad guys for defending ourselves. You know why there's a Second Amendment? Because of people like AOC, Rashida Tlaib, and that goddamn Ilhan Omar, and all the rest of the squad who've come in here waving the Palestinian flag and basically chopping the head off of our Constitution. I'll tell you what, why don't you guys take a break? I'm gonna step back, regain my composure. Let's get a good laugh. Take a look at this and we'll be right back.
You know, if you were to follow a busy doctor as he makes his daily round of calls, you'd find yourself having a mighty busy time keeping up with him. Time out for many men of medicine usually means just long enough to enjoy a cigarette. And because they know what a pleasure it is to smoke a mild, good-tasting cigarette, they're particular about the brand they choose. In a repeated national survey, doctors in all branches of medicine, doctors in all parts of the country were asked, "What cigarette do you smoke, doctor?" Once again, the brand named most was Camel. Yes, according to this repeated nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Why not change to Camels for the next 30 days and see what a difference it makes in your smoking enjoyment? See how Camels agree with your throat. See how mild and good tasting a cigarette can be.
I call every bottle darling, darling.
I love you, dear, my Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Tell us why you love it so, for we would really like to know. Well, here's one reason. No other brewery in America, or perhaps in the entire world, has received more important international awards than the makers of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Gold medals, diplomas, citations from country after country have confirmed officially what public opinion has been demonstrating for 105 years, that Pabst Blue Ribbon is the finest beer served anywhere. Your taste will tell you why. I pour you and adore your creamy foam.
Your friends and neighbors, too, will whisper, I love you.
When you serve them Pabst Blue Ribbon in your home, please pass the pretzels. When you serve them Pabst Blue Ribbon in your home, you hear it everywhere. Finest beer served anywhere. 33 fine brews blended into one great beer.
Lots of brands of beer still open this way. This brand now opens this way. Lucky Lager.
Like I was saying, you know, this film actually caused a controversy with the Stoker family. You see, when it was released, they never got any kind of permission, okay? So these guys, and this is way before that 1977 with the fake-ass lawyers and Hollywood being Hollywood. I guess I should be calling it Holly Weird, but that would be an insult to yours truly. Now, you know, here's the thing though. Back before all this copyright SOB shit, all this garbage from these fake lawyers and these greedy fucking tycoons, people were just doing things. And if there was a novel out there that they liked, they kind of made their own. So what they ended up doing is they changed Count Dracula's name to Count Orlok. I know earlier I did say Orloff. That was my mistake. Now, Hutter, most of you, I'm sure most of you watching actually, if you've watched Dracula, you would be familiar with Jonathan or Keanu Reeves from the 1992 Bram Stoker's Dracula. Now, although that is a great adaptation, and eventually, one day, I would like to raise the money, get the copyright fees, and be able to bring that to you here in the Killer Kitchen. That's going to take some time. But I love how they took the relationship, kept it identical, but changed it just enough so that it... The thing was, even with the way they changed it, they still got hit with copyrights, and the Stoker family sued them, and that's kind of how we are allowed to show this now. And again, I have to call it out. I was wrong earlier. I said this was the very first adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula. There is one other from 1914. The film was destroyed in a fire at Paramount. Nobody knows what happened, and I'm sure that's exactly the way they want to keep it. But that copy is gone. Nobody will see it. In fact, the only person I personally know of that has seen it, the last one at least, was Joe Bob Briggs of Joe Bob's Drive-In Theater on the Movie Channel. But even the Movie Channel couldn't get the rights to play this film because it had already been destroyed by 1986 when Joe Bob had started the Drive-In Theater on the Movie Channel. wrong one. Anyway, as you can see, we are making our fried chicken mix. Now, a lot of people like to use breadcrumbs. I'll use them if I got it, but I ain't real partial to them. So I like to take just good old-fashioned flour. Now, my seasoning mix. I took some whole cloves, some pepper, Italian seasoning, a few other things here that I'm actually going to show you guys before I put the rest in, and then some other shit that I'm not really willing to share too much on, but if you guys have seen some early episodes of The Killer Kitchen, you know a lot of how I cheat and make my seasonings by combining a lot of shit. It's almost done. Now, we need to add some paprika. Nice, good layer right on top. In fact, this is a joke. Everybody says to me, I hear it all the time, oh, you can't taste paprika. I don't care how many times you people tell me you can't taste it. I taste it. In fact, paprika is the best part of deviled eggs. Now, we're going to take a little bit of onion powder. We're going to sprinkle just a tad on top of our flour. Now we're going to take this cap off. And if you want to measure it, I'd say measure out a full tablespoon. I've got 4 cups of flour in here. And that's because we've got a bunch of chicken to make. So we're going to see how far this can take us. Just like that. Now, same thing. We're going to take some garlic powder. A little bit on top. And a tablespoon into our mix. Now, here's the trick. Like that. And just like that. Sprinkle it in. Now here's the kicker. Here's where we're going to have to be careful, because there is a bit of a wind outside. And we're going to whisk this. We're going to dry whisk it, is what it's actually called. And we're going to dry whisk this all in together, just like so. You know, speaking of dry whisking, if you've taken a closer look at our government in D.C., talk about dry whisking. They're dry whisking the American people to help a bunch of fucking people who don't even fucking belong here. They're invaders. They've come here illegally, and we're supposed to bend over the fucking take it up the wahoo, so they give everything to them. Fuck the people who live here. And you guys out there in Chicago, I've been watching, I'm paying attention. You can't tell me you don't feel exactly like I do. You can't tell me you don't know how infuriating it is to see your fucking city go to shit. You know, we're already turning our cities to shit, but you know what? We're Americans. We have that fucking right. Ugh, fuck that. My fucking city, my country. I was born here. I'll spit in the ground if I want. And as far as all this shit about it being stolen land, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started, because I'll tell you something. If you really want to look at it, and you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty, this land technically belonged to several people before the indigenous people who were recognized. So who do we give it back to? Because the one tribe took it from another tribe, who took it from another tribe, who killed a bunch of Hispanic people who were living here before any white man ever stepped ground. And these guys came over the fucking mountains, slaughtered them, stole their land. So do we give it to Mexico? Do we give it to the... Let me ask. Who do we... No. You know what? You don't bring up 6,000 years ago and act like you're superior with your modern bullshit. It don't fucking work for me. It never has and never will. I'm sorry. Fuck that. You can't change what happened before. And you're not gonna fucking fix anything by fucking virtue signaling, saying, poor me, I'm sorry, I'm an asshole, my country's as... No, you don't fucking apologize. It happened the way it fucking happened, and the simple fact of the matter is, for people out there who don't like it, tough. Here's the simple fact of the matter. From the very fucking beginning of this country, we have had the superior military. Our military is still superior today to every other country out there. Half of the fucking world's peace was because of us. Now, unfortunately, after 2 years of COVID and 15 years of Democrats and so-called Republicans, and yeah, I'm pointing at you, Bush family. You ain't no better than the fucking Kennedys, and trust me, I got no love for the Kennedys. So you don't want to bark up that fucking tree either. So you got fake-ass Republicans, you got bullshit fucking Democrats, and all they've done is fuck the American people left and right for some bullshit gig that nobody fucking had any say in. Let me tell you, when's the last time the IRS went and asked fucking Uncle Sam where our money's going? Why the fuck are we paying fucking... We used to pay 15 cents for a goddamn bunch of bananas. I used to get my fucking Trick cereal for $1.50, and I'm talking about the big box. Now all of a sudden my Trick cereal is costing me upwards of $3.95, and that's here in California. I've seen the fucking prices for my cereals over there in Europe. I've seen the price for my cereals out there in Canada. Yeah, something's fucking wrong with this picture here. Why is it the people of our countries are getting fucked, and the people that are doing the fucking are too busy helping the people who want to fucking murder us while they're fucking us? So not only is our government fucking us up the wazoo, but the people who fucking hate us are fucking us up the wazoo with the government's fucking help. And the only goddamn thing stopping or standing in the way of any kind of World War III nuclear fucking explosion is the fact that we still got the bombs. We still got the bombs. Ours actually work. And you know what? Everybody wanted to call Donald Trump the Rocket Man. Well, I'm a Rocket Man, baby. I would play Elton John, but copyright infringement. Again, fake lawyers and bullshit assholes. In the meantime, we got this mixed up. I'm gonna go start the grill. Why don't you guys check out these commercials?
Package makes 2 quarts of Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, 9 great flavors, the drink you love. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid,
for the very best drink you ever made.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid,
Be sure that the envelope says Kool-Aid.
You can give your youngsters a lot of pleasure with Kool-Aid. You know it's pure and good. It has the Parents Magazine seal. And it's so thrifty. A 5-cent package makes 2 full quarts. Just add Kool-Aid to water with ice, add some sugar, and stir.
For the very best drink you ever made.
Be sure that the envelope says Kool-Aid.
Hello. You know, the real virtue of a quality product is always more than meets the eye. Now, take Schlitz beer, for example. All beers weigh the same on the scales. They may look somewhat alike on your dealer's shelf. And they may even look more or less alike in the glass. But millions of people all over the world have found out that Schlitz beer has something that belongs to Schlitz alone. I'm talking about the matchless flavor of Schlitz and the fact that it is brewed with just the kiss of the hops. None of the bitterness, which means that it is perfectly attuned to the modern taste. Moreover, millions of people have discovered that the flavor of Schlitz is always uniform, always good. Yes, Schlitz has brewed the beer the people like, and the free choice of the people has made Schlitz the largest selling beer in the world. This popularity is the result of the greatest continuous taste test in beer history. As people buy and compare different brands, each beer gets a chance to prove how well it meets the modern taste. And Schlitz is the winner by far.
What greater proof of quality could there be for any product? What greater praise could there be for a beer than that it made a city famous? However, the test that counts most is yours. How about making it soon? And you too will find out why so many people are saying, if you like beer, you'll love Schlitz.
And now, back to the Schlitz Playhouse of Stars.
Now, we got these guys soaking in our little mix of egg. Now, what we're gonna do, you want to get these fully compact. You want the breading to get in there. So we're gonna start by laying it on top. Now, gently, from the edge, you want to sweep it over and just glaze this side. Now, what we want to do, flip it at that point, and same process. We're gonna right over the top. You pull it out. You want something that looks like that. And we're just gonna gently lay this into our oil. Ooh! Oh! Listen, that's sizzling. Fuck the sizzling. Come to the kitchen. We're gonna do the same process, and we're gonna keep doing that process. Now, what I did was I actually went out and got some nice thick chicken breast, white meat chicken, and we trimmed it down to turn it into chicken strips. See, now what's cool about this is because, as you know, here in the Vampire Kitchen today, well, we like to drink our nourishment. So, this will be for another meal down the line when we just need that fix. We don't have our blood on hand. Well, I guess chicken blood's just as good. Served us through the Dark Ages. Speaking of the Dark Ages, is it just me? Or are we not facing a group of people who want it to be the Dark Ages with modern technology? You know, I'm sorry, but being Killer Kitchen, I'm gonna say it. You cannot have your cake and eat it too, which means you cannot sit there and judge the 16th century, the 18th century with modern day goggles, pretending like you're so much fucking superior because it's 200 years later and you learned something. We all know slavery is wrong. So instead of pointing out a country's past, blue tube, how about pointing out the shit that's still happening? How about pointing out the shit that's happening in South Africa, for starters? How about pointing out the shit that's happening in Europe right now that everybody wants to forget about? Yeah, got my eye on you, you too, U-boot. And you know what, Europe? You actually have my sympathy. But you guys did elect stupid people to run London. Whoa, that's bad. Hello, grease fire. Ooh, I think I just cooked my food. Cooked vampire flesh. Anybody want a bite? And for those of you who stuck around for Bitchin Kitchen, now, this time I do really have a point that I was trying to make, but I couldn't make that point on the Killer Kitchen. In fact, I'll be lucky if they don't take my ass down or fuck with me just because I said what I already said. But you know what? The truth of the matter is, and somebody does really need to call it out, this ain't the Dark Ages. This ain't 1776. It ain't 1876. It's not 1976, although I wish to God it was right now. Hey, as bad as it was, 76 compared to 2024, dude, that was heaven on earth. The biggest deal in the world was getting out of Vietnam, smoking a bunch of grass, and telling a bunch of goddamn hippies to shut the fuck up. I'll take that over the fucking college campus takeovers that are resembling 1965 any fucking day. And I'll say that too, because at least in 1965, there was a point. It was about freedom. It was about no war. It was were always peaceful. Those hippies weren't throwing shit, they weren't causing shit, and what you guys called a riot in 1965, they would have called it outright fucking goddamn anarchy if it were 1965, what just happened on our campuses today. And you know what? Yeah, I'm on it, because it's fucking disgusting. And somebody needs to call this bullshit out, and I guess I'm just the elected motherfucker, because I'm good at playing the fucking villain. Speaking of playing the villain, why don't you guys check this commercial out?
Charlie the horse was none too spry. His rider, Joe, was really dry. When low beneath the burning sky, they heard the famous Valentine cry.
Valentine, Valentine. Hey, get your cobia. Hey, get your Valentine. Hey, get your cold beer. Get your ice cold Valentine beer. When you want the flavor in beer today, you ask the man for Valentine beer. It's got the liveliest taste in town. Valentine's got it. Valentine, Valentine beer.
You know, folks, if you're like me, you like your beer tall, frosty cold, and just brimming over with lip-smacking, honest-to-goodness flavor. That's Valentine beer for you. Flavors brewed in for the liveliest taste in town. Enjoy refreshing Valentine beer. You'll be so glad you did.
Friends, this is National Tavern Month, celebrating 300 years of friendly hospitality. A grand time to drop into your neighborhood tavern. Yes, stop in and you ask the man for Valentine beer, the liveliest taste in town, at the friendliest place in town, your favorite tavern.
Lucky Strike. First again with Tobacco Men. First again with Tobacco Men.
LSMFT, LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
Yes, in a cigarette, it's the tobacco that counts. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
So for your own real deep down smoking enjoyment, smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike.
This one's just about there. You guys can get a good look here. Whoa. Okay. Right there. You guys will be able to get a good solid look. That's how these are turning out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wash this guy in just a couple more minutes. And, you know, for a guy like me, who spends a lot of time dealing with a lot of pressure, I gotta tell you, when I'm sitting back and I just want to relax and I want to jam some cool rock and roll, I like my natural light. Such a smooth flavor, goes down like water, and for those out there, yeah, maybe it is just water to you. But with natural light, I can get a great buzz, it's a lot less filling, and you don't have to worry about the hangover the next morning. I know with experience. I drank a 30-pack, went to bed shit-faced, woke up the next day and had a cup of coffee and felt fine. So, from the angry 80s guy, here in the Killer Kitchen, to everybody out there, I'd recommend Natural Light. Yes, it is by a trader company, but I accept their apology. As long as they keep Dylan Mulvaney off the cans, I'll keep drinking it. Natural light. Satisfy the man inside you. Got our chicken legs ready to go. First we did the white meat. That, in particular, I did for campaign. You see, she doesn't like the dark meat, and that's all good. I'm kind of with Freddy Krueger on that one. And this, my friends, is what our fried chicken strip looks like in the end. So we're gonna plop this sumbitch right down in here. We're gonna plop this sumbitch right down in here. Now, we're gonna set this aside. We're gonna bring our, oh, you know what? In fact, well, shit. The charcoal's about to die. We're gonna have to add a little more. So I'll tell you guys what. Why don't you guys check out these commercial breaks, and for those of you watching the Real Killer Kitchen, right here with Vincent Victorian, I suppose we should tread back into the darkness of Nosferatu. 1922. You know, one interesting detail I didn't leave, or I neglected to say earlier tonight. This movie was actually paid an homage to Bram Stoker because most of the man's life, as he was writing his version up, he went on record and said it was never an offense to the Stoker family. His book helped this guy get through some tough shit. Kind of funny, really. You know, everything in life sort of boils down to what you are today. And it contributes to the things that you do in your life. For him, he adapted Bram Stoker's Dracula. For Vincent Price, he adapted himself into a world of darkness and decay and became one of the greatest actors from the horror industry to ever be known. Edgar Allan Poe adapted his past into all of his works, several of which would have come up the day he died from what they presume is alcohol poisoning. Coming very soon to Killer Kitchen, we're going to be watching The Fall of the House of Usher, 1920. Right here. And you know, I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised. And we will have, on the sideline, we will have actually the story in hand. And I'll be able to show you guys the differences between what's in the written page and what's seen on the screen. So stick around for that one. Alright, roll that shit.
Here's how to help build strong bodies 8 ways.
Eat Wonder Bread. You want to grow bigger and stronger, don't you?
Golly, sure.
Okay. A sandwich daily and 2 slices of Wonder Bread every meal give you 8 elements you need. As much muscle-building protein as roast beef, as much calcium for bones and teeth as cottage cheese, as much phosphorus for cell metabolism as this egg, as much iron for red blood as 3 lamb chops, as much vitamin B1 for appetite as fried liver, as much vitamin B2 for growth as this much cheese, as much niacin for mental health as 6 sardines, as much energy as 2 glasses of milk. That's why you can help yourself grow bigger and stronger 8 ways with Wonder Bread. I mean grow bigger and stronger 8 ways.
So be sure to eat Wonder Bread.
Get Wonder Bread fresh at your grocer's today.
Let me tell you about an ice cream can't be beat.
The very best tasting you can eat.
It's Meadow, 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 Meadow Smooth Freeze Meadow Gold. So cool and smooth it tastes delight.
Sweet fresh cream in every bite.
Meadow, 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 Meadow.
Smooth Freeze Meadow Gold. Say, you love Meadow Gold ice cream. For the Meadow Gold folks put in everything good. Luscious tropical fruits from palm green Pacific Islands, crisp toasty nuts from the sunny slopes of Brazil, and the fullest measure of pure country cream, all smooth frozen into the most exciting array of flavors you can imagine. Then go to your ice cream man today, and here's the word that you should say. Oh, give me Meadow, Meadow, Meadow Smooth Freeze Meadow Gold. And remember, folks, Meadow Gold
is mighty good.
This month's Meadow Gold special, Emerald Mint Ice Cream. Ask for some today.
Here you have deep fried chicken, the best Killer Kitchen has to offer. Well, next to that, what I'd like to call some deep brain stuffing. And next to that, well, those are all the little babies that won't be born. Welcome back. Now, the food itself is only a piece of the completed project. Just as the story itself is really only a piece of the completed project. The rest of the storytelling is left to the actors, the directors, the people behind the scenes who work the sets, the people who get just the right angles. Those are the people that I would like to pay homage to right here. You see, too many times do I see fantastic films, but the ones who made the films happen are left in the background. Keanu Reeves, The Matrix. I got nothing against Keanu Reeves. Everything I've heard about this guy, you know, quite frankly, this guy is probably the coolest fucking person who has ever lived in Hollywood and who has ever been a part of Hollywood. I think Keanu Reeves was a blessing to all of us and a blessing to Hollywood itself, and probably the last fucking remaining piece holding that puzzle together. But how come the one who really did all the serious risks, the one who really fucking, like Sylvester Stallone in Demolition Man, jumping out of a helicopter. Sylvester Stallone got all the credit, but how come the guy who played Sylvester Stallone's double, stunt double if you will, why didn't he get any recognition? The man did a stunt you would never see in these pussy films made since 1992. I mean, let's be honest, 1992, that was it. After that, every movie made was the same generic fucking pumped out iron bullshit. Every time. Like horror. Ensuing horror. The story is a piece. The people behind the scenes are a piece. The actors are a piece. And without all of them together, we wouldn't have anything. The production of these special effects, this CGI, yeah. You know what CGI really stands for? Cheating gynecology. Intuition. Why do I say it that way? Well, I'll tell you. Because you're cheating the audience while calling them a bunch of pussies, and it's artificial intelligence. Let's be honest. All this new shit now, they're able to fucking make people do things. People, you get a picture of somebody and you can have them do anything. You know, it really has finally gotten to that point where our humanity has only been surpassed by our technology. You having problems in the background?
Yes.
What's going on?
Everyone's going to something.
Well, I guess that's my sign, boys and ghouls. So with that, I bid you adieu. Thank you for joining us here in the Bitchin Kitchen. For those of you watching the Killer Kitchen, thank you for enjoying. If you'd like to see the complete cuts, everything I really had to say, check out Bitchin Kitchen. It'll be in the link below. That's the true blue real Killer Kitchen. But I decided, you know, Killer Kitchen's fun and games. But what I have to say isn't exactly fun and games, not by any light means. You see, I'm a little old world. I come from a time when the invading Turks were hung up like fucking Christmas ornaments on top of tall oak trees. Forests of your invading armies were left behind just to let you know. So yeah, you've infiltrated our government. So yeah, you've infiltrated our people. You know, even the priests betrayed Vlad Dracula. But you know, Vlad Dracula's fight has yet to be undone. And our fight here on YouTube has yet to come to its conclusion. So, from all of us here at the Public Domain Killer Kitchen, I'd like to bid you a good evening, a good night, and a good fight. This has been Vincent Victorian and Cam Pam, and this is Killer Kitchen, and depending on the other show, Bitchin Kitchen. Technically one and the same, just Bitchin Kitchen's a lot more fun. Cheers. You can cut the...
Miss, pardon me, miss. Could I please have a glass of Jack's beer, the beer with the real beer taste?
Oh, yeah, sure. Coming up.
I'm crazy about Jack's. You know, it's premium brewed from 100% natural ingredients.
Yeah, they call it Mellow Jacks.
Mellow, bright, clear, and light. That's why I love it.
Yeah, here you are.
Thanks a lot.
Say, you,
Oh, that's delicious.
You're a kangaroo, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, just wondered, because we don't get many kangaroos in here.
No, I imagine.
Didn't mean to stare at you or anything.
I love that, Jack. You know, it's never heavy, never harsh.
Yeah, it's got real beer taste.
Yeah.
You, kangaroos, do you like beer? You drink a lot of beer?
Well, I can't speak for all kangaroos, but I know I'm crazy about Jack's.
You as an individual.
Yeah.
So it's funny, how do I know you're not a man in a kangaroo suit?
Well, you don't? How do I know that you're not a kangaroo in a girl suit?
When you try all your might, but you can't get a bite, there's an idea that's bound to be right. Get a Gunther.
Gonna get a G, yes sirree. Gonna get a G, get a Gunther beer for me. Gonna get a G, absolutely. The happiest taste in beer today.
It's a quicker, cool thirst quencher with a flavor bright and clear. Yes, a golden glass of Gunther
is the happiest taste in beer.
Yes, sir, the happiest taste in beer today. Golden Gunther. Always agrees with your taste. Always so refreshing. Gee, what it does for your thirst. Feels so good. There's no other beer quite like it at any price.
Gonna get a Gunther, gonna have a little fun, sir. The happiest taste in beer today.
Give me a G. Gunther. There's a happy sound. There's a happy sound.
Give me a G.
It's G time. Time for Golden Gunther. For the happiest taste in beer today. Come on, let's all sing.
Get the happiest taste in beer. Get a cool G right away. It's a quick thirst quencher with the happiest taste that you'll find in beer today. So light and tangy too.
Golden Gunther brew
has a taste so bright and clear. Have a glass of Gunther and you'll have a little fun. So get the happiest taste in beer.
Yes, sir, get a cool G. Pour yourself a glass of pleasure. Light, bright. Always agrees with your taste. Always refreshes. Man, does a G feel good rolling down your thirsty throat. No beer like it at any price. So say it.